Okay, so this morning, January 1, 2018, I'm looking at Farm Food for You. Got kind of inspired. What happened to my spreadsheet? Seem to have lost it. There we go. So I'm in the Farm Food for You Datasheets, my very simple format for collecting data, digital data for a particular business. So I'm working on the digital neighborhood, also called the inner circle, for some of my clients. So I decided that I wanted to add agritourism to my Go Farm connections. And I have right now, I've got CSAs in there. I've got farms, local farms, privately held farms, and I've got no agritourism references. And while watching something on television today, they were talking about agritourism. I'm going to move this off that screen so that I can do some searching over there. And all right, so I'm going to go to, oh, maybe I should bring this back. Agritourism. I did a Google search on that, and I think I'd like to put some of these on the, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So here's what is agritourism. That brought me over to farmflavor.com, which seems like a great connection to add. And I want to take a look at their website. So I capture their URL. And I'm going to put them in here. I'm not really sure what's going on here on this spreadsheet, but I'm going to clear out some of this stuff, clear the contents, and I want to add information about Farm Flavor. So I'll type them in there, and then right-click, add the hyperlink from their website, which I had just copied. I want to keep that row handy. So I'm going to come over here and freeze that pane. There we go. All right, so they do have a website, yes. I'm probably going to have to put this on pause for a minute. Well, maybe not. I'm going to have to take a quick break here and see if they have any sharing. They do. They're on Facebook. I've done this before, I think, in my earlier training, but this is the audit process. Let's see what that is. I think that's probably the blog. So there they are. And I want to add this, of course, to my Farm Food for You page if I haven't already. So I look at that. I like is my page. I choose my Farm Food for You page right there and add that. And then I also take that URL and add it there. A little redundant, have to keep writing the name in, but just in case I do a sort or something, I don't want to lose that information. All right, so I'm going to close that, although I'm tempted to look at that. Here's their Instagram, Farm Flavor. That's kind of cool. I do not have an Instagram for Farm Food for You, as far as I recall. Maybe I do. All right, so they are on Instagram. They are also Farm Flavor. That's nice that they're able to keep their name or their handle consistent across all of their channels. Not always possible. You might go and find that your name's already been taken, which is, for me, it's been about 80% of the case. All right, and then on Pinterest, oh, that's so nice. Farm Flavor. Now I'm currently logged in as DT Construct, so I'm going to have to go back later and save this in my Farm Food for You account, but that's easy enough to do. Look at how beautiful, oh my goodness. Lovely, that's lovely. They only have, oh, they have 8,753 followers. They're doing well. This is a good resource for content, for learning, for connections most likely. And again, let's see, sure enough, Farm Flavor is their handle. I've got a feeling they've been at this for a while because they so successfully captured their names across the board. All right, so as you can see, I'm going to each one of these and grabbing that URL, Farm Flavor, copying, and then I'm hyperlinking it so that I can quickly go to these. Type the name first. So I can quickly go to these from this sheet. Obviously, there's other ways to do that, but I'll add them to lists within the profiles, within my social profiles and all that sort of thing. But then they have a blog. This is their RSS feed. I clicked on that little icon that looks like a radar. If we come here, state agriculture, this is a beautiful website. Here's Colorado. Colorado agriculture. This is a fabulous, fabulous resource for my account, Farm Food for You, because I am trying to make it pretty local. And family-owned plant farm stays grounded for generations. I mean, that sounds like a great story. How Colorado's horse industry is thriving. Agritourism, that's perfect. And then when I hover over this, I see that there's these share buttons. These people are shareable. Well, there's a concept. And so if I wanted to share this, I'm going to click and let's see what happens. Colorado Agriculture. I'm currently logged into the DT Construct Twitter account. So let me see if I hit Hootlet, if it will take me over to my HootSuite dashboard. Sure enough, it does. And it allows me to choose my Farm Food for You account over there. This is stuff I have already pre-set up, but it helps me to be efficient to have this dashboard because I'm often logged into somebody else's account that I've been maintaining. And just like this instance, I want to send it from my Farm Food for You, but I was logged into the wrong account. Because of HootSuite, I'm able to make that switch quickly. And then I am going to add something to this because they have agritourism tagged on that photo. So I know that it's an agritourism. Ideally, I would go and read this article first. You don't really want to be posting stuff that you haven't read, but for the purpose of this training video, let's say that I did look at that. Therapeutic horse riding is a staple activity in Colorado's horse industry. That is really so cool. But anyway, so I'm going to do that. How Colorado's horse industry is thriving. And I'm going to add that because it allows me to use the word Colorado again. And it alludes to business. And then as you see, they've got this little green thing that says agritourism, so I can feel confident that that is a great hashtag to add on there. Later, I'll do a hashtag search to see what else I can find. I'm going to go ahead and schedule this. I'm in HootSuite, and that's one of the beauties of HootSuite. I'm going to go and do a PM post tomorrow and go ahead and schedule that out. I want to populate my schedule going forward. Colorado is raising the bar in liquid arts. Colorado farmers advance with new ag technology. Cicada Family Farm prevails against all odds. Now he's actually a farmer that I've met. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm holding down on my Mac the command button just to make sure that that opens in a separate tab. This website, this Farm Flavor website probably has it set so links open in a separate tab, but automatically, but I just want to be sure because sometimes it's hard to get back to the original. So Cicada Family prevails against all odds. Now I know that cicada, or I believe cicada, that I had was on my original. Maybe they don't have a website because I'd like to tag him in this. And I'm going to, this is where I'd like these guys to be a little more findable. Let's see if they even have his website in this. Colorado Fruit. He co-founded the Colorado Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association. I met him at a conference where he was speaking in that role. So Colorado Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association. Do I have them? I don't have them on here either, which is a little crazy. All right, so I want to add both of those. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick search. So this is the digital audit part where you start following a thread, but you might have 4 or 5 threads going on at one time. Here we go, Cicada Farms, Brighton, Colorado. They do not have a website, which is unfortunate. Every business should have a website, but that's not always possible because farmers are pretty busy in the field. So he does have a Facebook page, however. And I see he's also growingproduce.com. That's a 2014 article, I can tell from this summary. But he does have a Facebook account, and I'm guessing, again, I held down the command button. It would be a control button on your PC. It's a command button on Mac. While I clicked on that. Okay, he does not have, it's an unofficial page. This is unfortunate. Cicada Farms, he's fairly big in the industry and he's got very little digital presence. Fortunately, he has articles, but if I wanted to know more about him, it's just a missed opportunity in my book, but you know, who am I? Let's see. So people are checking in there. And when people check in on Facebook, they'll just go in, they'll search, they'll find Cicada Farms. Somehow Cicada Farms is showing up on the geolocation, and they'll check in, even though he doesn't have a Facebook page. And that's how people kind of, that's true organic digital presence, but he's not managing it and he's certainly not leveraging it. So that's unfortunate. 99 people have checked in and he probably doesn't even know that he has a presence on Facebook, or he does and he doesn't care. So dommage. So I'm going to grab that 4 kicks and I'm going to add that to Cicada Farms Facebook. Just because it needs to be on there. Cicada Farms. But what do I have here? This is when there used to be a thing called Facebook interests. I set this up a long time ago. So we're just going to put that into Cicada FB. I'll hyperlink it. I'm hitting Command V on my Mac because I had copied it. Now I'm pasting it. There we go. Go ahead and give that a save in case the computer decides to freeze up or something. You never know. Always good to save. Okay, so that was Cicada Farms. And again, you see that he shows up when I did the search on Cicada Farms. Right here at the top is the article where I originally found him at Farm Flavor. So that kind of, brought me around in a full circle. And, but then as I'm looking at this particular search, you can see how the tentacles of a search can reach far and wide. And you have to have some way of capturing the information and then moving on, because you can be here forever. So let me look at the fence post seems really interesting. And let me see if I have, I'm going to again command clicking on that, coming over here to see what that is bringing us to. And that's a, looks like a newspaper, an online newspaper. And they write Heartland Directory. That seems like a good resource for me when it comes to farm food for you. So I'm going to go ahead and put the fence post in my resources, not this article necessarily, cultivating news and information to better your life since 1980. Use the word cultivating in there. See, this seems very local. There's the wolves knocking on Colorado boundaries. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, the fence post, and I can do some further research. But once it's on my list in this very simple spreadsheet, it gives me a place to go next time I open this task up, next time I open this project up, and I want to build out. You're always going to be building out your digital neighborhood. You're always going to be building out, or maybe you're calling it an inner circle index. Either way, you're always going to be building that out. And if you just devoted, say an hour every 2 weeks, this will help you build your connections and build your network by following people who are related to your industry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. Although again, it's very tempting to start meandering around and looking, and it looks really good, but you can't. Okay, here I'm seeing producenews.com, and that again is very relative to farming. This is probably, oh, it's in New York City. Okay, so it's not local. They did cover Bob Cicada, and that's how we found this particular publication. But again, that's a great way to start doing research in your industry. So I'm going to, I'll go ahead and capture the whole URL. I know that it will bring me back to the Produce News and remind me that this is a good, resource. I'm right-clicking on my Mac mouse, which reveals that menu. Click on hyperlink, and now I'm putting Command V, paste, because I just copied it. Click OK, and there I go. When I come back to this, and then I'm going to save. When I come back to this, you see that little hand, and that says I can go and click on that, and it will take me back to that page. So that's what's the value of this. All right, I may cut out the next section of this video, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep recording while I do this for just a little bit. Actually, I need to go get another cup of coffee. There was another article that I had seen on here with the, what happens when we go to the second page? Whoever goes to the second page? Oh, here's Cicada Seed. I wonder if that's him. Did I just discover Cicada Seed? It's probably a really common name in the Asian culture because it does not look like it's related to, is it Bob Cicada? All right, we've got Yellow Pages, Greeley Tribune, which is a local paper, Colorado Business Hall of Fame. All right, I somehow missed that Colorado Growers. When I said earlier that I didn't have the Colorado fruit and vegetable growers on my list. Well, I forget where I saw that. Got away from me. That little thread got away from me. All right, so I am going to close the search on cicada. And, oh, that's where, look at that. Colorado Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association. I need to have that on my list of resources. It's Colorado Produce is the URL. I wonder if I have them under here in Colorado Produce. And still I do not. So let's get that on there. Colorado Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association. I'll just add that. It's a long name, but Colorado Fruit and Vegetables Growers Association. Now, I know that they that they have I think they have an annual conference, and I would be triggered at this point to check out when they're going to have that conference, because that's actually a pretty big resource. Here we go. Watch the video and review from sliders that were a part of this year's conference. I believe their conference is in February. Here we go. Save the dates of our 2018 conference. Same as a couple of years ago when I went. Request for proposals, award description. If you go to those, then you can also see who else is attending, which is a great resource. It's the CFVGA Produce Directory. I'll bet you that's got a lot of stuff. But now I've got their website. So again, I don't want to go off too far on a tangent, but in this information research that I'm doing now as part of my digital audit, I can see that there's lots of places I can go to from here. Now this is unfortunate on these, that these logos are not hyperlinked. Now, I can go and do a Google search on Western Growers and Silvus. Well, I don't know, it's an insurance company, probably not. But the Rocky Mountain Farmers Union might be interesting to go and look at. While I'm on every website, though, I always check to see which social channels they're on. And here they have Facebook listed. Let's go to the top. Again, they've got their Facebook up there. So I'll just go ahead and grab that. I'm hitting Command, opening it in a separate tab. I would be surprised if I wasn't following them on Facebook, but let's just see. Clicking those three dots, and oh, see, it says unlike is your page, which, oh wait, here, let's see, like is your page. I must like them already because it had the option to unlike. Yes, so Farm Food for You is not listed here, which means I'm already liking them on this page, on the Facebook page. So they just never got put into my digital neighborhood. Now, I may have had different criteria for digital neighborhood at the time that I set that up. Perhaps I was only, it's very possible that I was confining this only to the farms that the organization that I was working for at the time, and the organizations that they were working with, I was only including their direct associates in the digital neighborhood. But I'm expanding that now because the objectives for this particular project have changed somewhat. I should have put the link in here, CFVG, Facebook. I really do want them back. Oh, I lost them already. Well, guess what? Because they have their link, making them a little more findable. Oh, you see that? It just turned their whole web page into the Facebook page instead of opening it in a separate tab. So their website did not adjust that setting. If you have a website, make sure that your links out to your other assets, your other digital assets, is set to open in a separate tab or page. It just keeps more of you in front of your user in case they click out and can't remember how to get back in. They can just click the back button to go back to your website. But, you know, if I go wandering off to my website and then I forgot that I did that, I would possibly just close that Facebook page, and that would be the end of my time with the Colorado Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association page. Adding that hyperlink here. I think that makes sense. To me, it makes sense. I might have to find a different way to say that. Okay, we're going to close them. We are going to close this. All right, and remember, I started all of this by doing a search on agritourism, took me to farm flavor. Farm flavor gave me a fabulous display of related articles. So for me, this website is everything I could hope for. If I were to rate this website, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. So this one's definitely one that I want to go back to. Now you might also on some of my other indexes, what I've done is started, well, here actually. Nope, I don't have these. I had a rating system. Oh, this rating system tells me, I'm not sure what. I'm going to rate this website with a 4. I think it's a 4-star. 4 out of 4. That's what we'll do. And I'm going to use my quote mark so it doesn't perform a function. 4 out of 4. That's a really, so that if I were to come back to this page, I wanted to mark that somehow to tell me, go back here and look around some more. This is a great page. Okay, so we're going to close that, go back to our original search, because remember, the objective, if I had a timer going right now, my objective for this block of time was to connect with resources related to agritourism. So what else could we find on agritourism? Agritourism, Department of Agriculture, Markets, Colorado.gov. You know, that's pretty specific, but let's see what we find there. We find that they have a Facebook page, probably the Colorado Gov. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put this in here as, whoops, copy. As the website. I'm going to go back and click on that Facebook page, but I will bet that it's the Colorado.gov Facebook page, and which is probably sometimes going to give me something, but it's the Department of Agriculture. They posted on December 29th. So one of the things I do when I'm looking for the value or the quality of a page is, when was their last post? That was a couple days ago. And a couple days ago, they've got video on there. They've got photos. The 28th. It appears just, you know, at a quick glance that they're putting up some pretty frequent posts with video and graphics. Those are kind of The standards for a good page. So Colorado Ag, I wonder if I am already following them. Like is your page. Select a page. And Farm Food for You is not here, so yes, I'm already following them. I want to record too how I use that feature. Now that I've collected don't collect any information that you're not going to use. If you're going to go to the trouble of collecting the information, then you should definitely use it. All right, I'm going to copy that. Colorado Department of Agriculture. Again, not on here. So look at all that I've built out just today on this. Colorado Department of Ag, CO Ag, Facebook. Remember, I just grabbed that URL. No, that's not a URL. I don't know what I copied. Oh, that's okay. This is what I want to copy. Copy. Check your work. There we go. And I want to go back to that. I want to go back to this page. Oh, I think I already saved that, didn't I? Oh yeah, Colorado agritourism. All right, let's just move this one. Can I do that? There we go. I'm just going to move that up there. Clear that out of there. I'm going to hit save. All right. So now, for the purpose of not making this recording too long, I'm going to go out of here. Let's go to Facebook. And I'm going to go to my Farm Food for You page, which is, where are you? It's right in front of me. There we go. Farm Food for You. All right, I've got some work to do on this page, but at least I have this beautiful cover. And I spent way too much time creating this, but you know, there'll be times. When I look at this page, I come down here, and if I want to look at all of the posts from the people I follow, this is where I can find it. The reason I'm recording that is because yesterday I could not find this to save my life. And then I was over on another page that I was monitoring or managing, and I discovered it over there. My eyes just couldn't see it. So on this page, I just couldn't see it. So remember, if I want to go see what people are saying, people that I've followed specifically, I have to go hunt for that. This is from a business page. This is from a fan page. I've got to go hunt for that. On your personal profile, you know, they'll put it right out in front of you, and Facebook, frankly, decides what they're going to put in front of you. But they're not going to put any of your pages in front of you on your profile newsfeed. So you have to come over to your page, and this is what you have to do. You got to dig for this stuff. And then this is great content. If I'm thinking about, oh, let me go in and let me just engage with those people that I follow, this is a great practice. It is, it's what you ought to be doing. This is the listening and the monitoring part. But it allows you then to engage with them, and you'll be noticed. It'll show up in their notifications that you liked something or shared something. And if they are doing any good at all on these social sites, they're monitoring that. And it's just a little social love. So let's see, 54 minutes ago, Grain School 2018, University of Colorado, Farm Food for You not only likes that, they love that. Again, if I were not on video right now, I'd be opening these things up and reading them. And then if they have something important to say, if they have something that either reinforces my messaging or helps me to think, and I have a comment, I would come back here and write a comment and possibly even share it to my page. Right here you can see that I am liking and commenting as Farm Food for You. I can switch that and I can do it as me, myself, or as any of my other pages. But obviously Farm Food for You is, you know, where I would want to share something. It gives me something, it appears in my outgoing news feed. So I'm adding content. I'm not, this is not plagiarizing it. This is sharing and commenting and reinforcing their message. And this gives them a little bit of digital oomph, but it also tightens our connection just a little bit. It has to be done fairly consistent, and it should be done authentically. So that's why I say open up these articles, read them, make sure that the title, sometimes that title could be very misleading. And I might think it says something and then open up the article and it said, this is mostly important when you're running a political page. Don't just read the headline, because you could be reinforcing a message that you are dead set against. So it's probably a little safer in the Farm Food for You sector, but again, read through it. But look at Agrilicious is on there. Oh, wishing you a happy new year. And I'm gonna like that and just put, we'll just put same to you. If I had a photo, this is set up by Agrilicious. They can either allow or limit whether or not you can use these little features, attach a photo, a GIF, sticker, but they would allow it. So if I had like a fun Happy New Year picture, which I don't, I could add that to it, which would attract even more attention without being, you know, aggressive and in your face. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that. Now, when they see that, they may have to say, hey, who's this Farm Food for You? And it would come over here and show this little summary of me. And that can't hurt anything. Colorado Farm to Table. Happy New Year from all of us at the CSU Extension Farm to Table. I have a friend who actually works over here. Let's see if she, I'm going to do just a little greeting, just kind of like walking through the park, waving at people you know. I like that analogy, metaphor, whatever. Slow Food USA. We are so thankful for our network of slow foodies. Your support this year has made a big impact around the world toward a better food future. I'm going to go ahead and just like it. Now, unlike Twitter, every time I like something, that does not get recorded anywhere except on my activity. I don't know if on Twitter, it depends on the settings, I think. If you are, I think it's YouTube. If you're liking YouTube videos, you might want to make sure that that information is not necessarily being reported out on your other social channels. Lots of different settings on all of these platforms. Get familiar with them, get them set, have somebody review them for you. All right, Farm Flavor, that's the website we were just on. Slow Food Boulder County. Wow, that's a gorgeous picture. So you can go on for a while here, right? So just a quick review. I'm going to go back to my page. This is what my page looks like. Actually, I am looking at this page as the owner. I can change that by saying view as page visitor. So if I were a visitor, this is what your page looks like to a visitor. So they see my post. But now if I want to get to my pages feed, I have to go back to my view as the manager of this page, or the owner, both roles have that option. And I have to come all the way down here and click on See Pages Feed. So I can read the news that's been posted by the people or the pages rather, that I follow. I can also get a quick summary here on the left of the pages that are liked by Farm Food for You, so I can be reminded there. And expanding it shows me all the different ones. So if I can, every once in a while, it's good to go and just do a quick, oh, Denver Urban Gardens, I just love them. And maybe I want to go take a look and see what they're doing today. So just a quick reminder. So this is a good way to take a walk through your neighborhood, your digital neighborhood, see who's doing what's, just be reminded of of who you're connected to, and make an effort, take some initiative to go and visit them. That is how you start the engagement. You can't expect people to engage with you if you don't engage with them, and that's how you engage with them on Facebook. And I think I'm going to end this tutorial with that.